The city of Ferguson, Missouri remains on edge. A grand jury there is considering whether to charge police officer Darren Wilson in the fatal shooting of an unarmed black teen in August. They're expected to announce a decision soon, and many are concerned that violence could erupt if the jury fails to indict Wilson for slaying Michael Brown Jr. At a news conference today, the family's attorney, Benjamin Crump, echoed a call for calm, but he also questioned the decision to use a grand jury in this case.
I've always believed, as Michael Brown family has believed, that we should not have this grand jury, that the police officer should have been charged. There was enough probable cause to charge Officer Darren Wilson with killing unarmed Michael Brown, and that with such mistrust in the Ferguson community, that it being transparent based on the Constitution of the United States of America, that we have a right to trial by jury, that Michael Brown's due process warranted that the officer be charged, and that was not to violate the police officer's due process. Nobody's saying he's guilty until proven innocent, but we thought it would be better for everybody here that they saw all the evidence, all the witnesses, and that there was cross-examination of all the evidence and all the witnesses. So whatever decision that was handed down, people would accept. There's a great concern that because of this secret proceeding, that people will not be so accepting of whatever decision the grand jury makes.
For the latest, our guest is St. Louis, Missouri, KTRS talk show radio personality, McGraw Milhaven. He is the host of The McGraw Show. Hey, McGraw, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, Debbie.
Okay, so let's just get to the rumor first. Every time I talk to you, I have to ask you about this. Now, I saw it was a headline in one of the newspapers that I read today that the decision is coming down on Monday. Who would even know that, and what are you hearing?
Yeah, no, again, all speculation, all rumors. Nobody has any credible evidence. The only man who knows is Bob McCullough and the 12 people, as well as the lawyers who are working on this in his office. No credible evidence. However, there is a prevailing thought that this Michael Baden was, if not the last, one of the last. And so rumors are, speculation is, right, feeling is that any day now, it could be Sunday, it could be Monday, it could be Friday. We just don't know. Everybody
is just waiting, practically with bated breath. We just played a big bit of Benjamin Crump's press conference talking about the waiting process for the grand jury and, of course, his dissatisfaction in the use of the grand jury in the first place. We also know that Michael Brown's parents made statements from Geneva as they addressed the UN there. I wonder how much, and they called for calm, I wonder how much influence do you think they will have over the reaction to a non-indictment? And I'm asking you this because I hearken back to the day of Michael Brown's Jr.'s funeral, and they asked for calm and peace, and there was.
Look, Leslie McSpadden, Michael Brown's mother, has been an absolute pillar during this whole thing. She has asked for repeatedly from the instant, please, no violence. Please do not soil my son's name. You are not doing his memory any justice. She said that from the beginning. And unfortunately, many people did not listen to her. Some did, I'm sure. But, you know, we saw the riots. We saw the looting. We saw the Quick Trip burn down. She has consistently said, and her lawyer said again today, that they agree with Governor Nixon and everybody else. Please, no violence. I don't know how much sway she'll have over some people who are looking to cause trouble.
Well, perhaps what might reduce the tendency for violence is this call by a coalition. I want you to tell me more about this group that's calling for boycotts in the coming days. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a group of 22 or so loosely affiliated organizations on their website. Many of the organizations on their website, like the NAACP, has come out and said that they're not supporting this boycott. I don't understand, a lot of people in St. Louis don't understand how boycotting an innocent business in your town somehow gets what message across. They want more investment in North County. They want more jobs in North County. How boycotting businesses somehow gets you to the finish line, many people have no idea.
Just tell us in general, McGraw, what's the mood there in St. Louis?
It's a good question. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are fearful. And it's almost like the Ebola scare, right? They weren't necessarily scared because they might get Ebola, but they were scared. And so people are scared. I don't know how scared they should be, but we saw quite a bit. And so people are nervous and people are threatening. And, there are some elected officials saying you haven't seen anything yet. So gun sales are through the roof. Concealed permits are through the roof. Ammunition sales are through the roof. People are scared. How justified they are, I can't answer that question.
Let me ask you about those who support Officer Darren Wilson. When I was there for Michael Brown Jr.'s funeral, there were rallies on behalf of Darren Wilson. Are you still hearing from those people?
There are certainly people who believe Officer Wilson no matter what. But I would say the overwhelming majority of people in St. Louis, black, white, Hispanic, Latino, you name it, are all saying, let's wait for the facts to come in. And if it was unjustified, let's see what happens. There are people who are waiting for the facts. And so that's the overwhelming majority of people. The people who are defending Officer Wilson, I think some of that was due to Channel 5 here, showed his house on television, and they were upset. So they were sort of boycotting and more upset over Channel 5's covering of the story than anything else.
Yeah, they actually gave his address, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was a travesty. Well, stay in touch with us. We're all watching and waiting. McGraw Milhaven, thank you so much.
You got it, Debbie.